was about the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Happy game day, Nasties. How you doing? Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish with you. It's a cold one out there. I mean, it's okay, but it's a game day.
Cold?
No.
No.
You rolled in with a short sleeve, eh?
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's plus like 3 out there.
Is it? I guess it just looks really cold from the window. It looks cold. But we got a fun show on tap like always. We'll be all over the Oilers game. What to expect from this team, who knows, man. I mean, it's going to be a good test, but the Oilers did roll them last year twice, Joaquin. I remember that 7-1 game?
Yeah.
It was a good game.
They were all injured, though.
It's another good... I want to say Kaprizov was maybe missing one of those games.
Yeah, and so was Eck, too. I think they only had Boldy.
You could be right. I mean, Eriksson Ek always plays well against the Oilers, as does Zuccarello. It's going to be a fun game. I can't wait to watch this one. 7 o'clock down at Rogers Place. And if you're going, let us know. Maybe you'll run into one of the EST boys down there. Joaquin, great show today. Sean McIndoe from The Athletic and the Puck Soup podcast will join us at 1:40 to go around the NHL. Daniel Valente from The Score to talk F1. It's the last race coming up this weekend. So much to talk to. The grid is set for 2026. That news broke this morning. I asked Tim Harani. He said, pal, I'm just about to board a plane to Abu Dhabi.
Oh.
So good for him. They're sending him down there for the final race, so he's going to have some great time. I was looking at the time difference. Holy cannoli. I think I looked around 9, and it was 8 p.m. in Abu Dhabi.
Really? Well, Fred Flintstone, he likes Abu Dhabi better than Qatar. Because Abu Dhabi do.
Hit us up. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Nasty chat. Slam that thumbs up. We should get to 100 on game day. As for the Play Alberta promo codes, you got to deposit $50 or more for a $50 free bet. I know EST Sports is good to go. We're still waiting on EST 50 and EST Casino if those are good for the month of December. But EST Sports is good to go. Again, deposit 50 or more, and you'll get a $50 free bet for Play Alberta. And good news, boys, we hit finally. And we hit early. Super duper early because Crosby scored right off the hop. Tage Thompson had an assist right off the hop. And then we had to wait for the late game. But Will Smith got an assist on the first goal for the San Jose Sharks. So we're riding hot, boys. We're riding
on a one-game streak here.
We're on a one-game streak. And we'll see tonight. There's a whack of games. We'll see where we go. I'm feeling confident now, boys.
So now that we won again, are we going to go buy donaires or
no
something else? No nothing to celebrate? Okay.
No donaire. It would have been nice to... It would have been a wild pick at the time, but Crosby 2 goals.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. But it would have been tough. Like, people would have been like, what are you guys doing? But you nailed it. You're like, he hates the Flyers.
It's a huge rivalry for Sydney. Remember? That's his... When they show his highlight packages or stuff, they show that interview all the time. I don't like them. Why? I just don't like them. Right? Like he's visibly angry.
Yeah.
About this team.
So breaking news. Well, it's not breaking. Carter Hart starts tonight.
He starts?
Yeah, he's starting. It's official by Vegas Media. He was the first goalie off the ice. So the Winnipeg Jets lose yesterday to the Buffalo Sabres. Very similar to the Oilers' loss in Buffalo, Joaquin. So I tune in. You know, I like listening to post-game shows from him. It was so funny because it's all the same. Bring up the young guys from the minors. Arneal, should they make a coaching change? Should they split up the first line? They get no secondary scoring. I'm like, man, am I watching the Oilers game right now? Now, does it tie in directly with Connor Hellebuck being out, Joaquin? I think there's some truth to that. Of course, he's one of the best goalies.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good team. I mean, the goalie is the focal point, but for them to go on this skid right when he loses, does he mean that much to this team? It's just puzzling to me. Would they have won with him in the net?
Yeah.
I don't know. They weren't playing well.
Yeah, well, you heard Haas today on the Lock Shop. I was listening to the boys from the Legal Curve. They said that's probably their worst game since they came back to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it was.
That's how bad. Oh, jeez. Wow.
That's how bad it was. And VR says all the promo codes on Play Alberta are reloaded.
Reloaded.
All right. So we'll send you a check, VR, for confirming that for us. Really appreciate it. What else do we got? Team Canada will announce its roster for the 2026 World Juniors on Monday morning. Very interesting there. But no lineup changes for the Oilers. Sounds like they're going to roll with the same lineup they had on Saturday. Stuart Skinner gets a start. He goes up against Jesper Wallstedt. If we're looking at the Minnesota Wild, this is what we have, not confirmed, but Kaprizov with Hartman and Zuccarello. Boldy with Eriksson Ek and Marcus Johansson. Trennan with Sturm and Tarasenko. Ben Jones, Liam Ogren, and Tyler Pitlick still kicking around, Joaquin.
Really?
That's crazy. Defensively, Jonas Brodin with Brock Faber. Jacob Middleton with Jared Spurgeon. Zeev Boom with Zach Bogosian. This one's going to be a hell of a game tonight. Joaquin, I can't. And I know I'm going to get short for this, but I'm not saying they're going to guarantee a win or anything like that, but I can't see them having another stinker at home after what happened with Dallas. Do you know what I mean? Like,
why?
Like, if they lose,
I said that after the Colorado game.
I don't know. I just think they're fine. Like, maybe Saturdays is the turnaround for them, but they can't go into, like, let's just say, Joaquin, they lose like 6-2. Like that, like, I just can't envision that. Like, there's no way these guys can let that happen again.
Again, it's been so different game to game.
Yeah.
A lot of points. I don't, and they're playing a good team that's really playing well. It's not allowing a lot of goals. The patience that you have to have against a team like this, right? Yeah. Remember that stint 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago where it was very comfortable seeing Oilers in a 1-goal game, either up 1 or down 1, because you thought you kind of had a sense that they were just the way that they were playing the game. There was no panic, right? It'll be another. I'm really fascinated about tonight's game. To tell you the truth, I'm really kind of looking forward to it. On that fact where I want to see where their level of patience is to play against a very, again, another structured team like this that also has the. I mean, if you do make mistakes, big mistakes, it'll probably end up in the back of your net. So, but you're coming off arguably your best performance of the season so far. So there's a lot of things pointing towards this is going to be a really, really good hockey game. I'm hoping for a game as close to playoff hockey as you can get in the beginning of December.
And you make a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Can the Oilers remain patient? Because we've seen at times when they're not playing their best hockey, they're forcing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gets them into trouble. And this is probably not the team you want to force it. Because Jesse even alluded to it. Their turnarounds because they've buckled down defensively.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And in turn, the goaltendings look really good. Jesper Wallstedt, I mean, first look for us, Joaquin. And I know Edmonton fans are going to be all over it, especially if he's brilliant tonight. But they're due, man. They haven't lost in regulation in 10, okay, Joaquin?
Okay.
Wallstedt hasn't lost in regulation all year. So let's hope the Oilers can bounce back with a solid effort after Saturday's very good game. Probably their top 3 of the year, maybe top 2. But the Edmonton Oilers, it's always intriguing to see what kind of team you're going to get to open this game. And I think that's what fascinates us. Are they going to come out flying and be physical? Connor Clattenburg's going to play again, which is awesome. Let's see if he can jack up that energy and the boys can follow for the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, the All-Stream pregame show gets going at 6 o'clock with Tom Gazzola. So don't go anywhere. We're loaded here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne from 3 to 6. And the boys will be back later tonight for the postgame show. And let's hope it is a happy one. The Wild are 14-7-5, third in the Central. But that's a really good division. Excellent division.
Oh, yeah. I don't foresee that there's going to be much movement with those top three teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say Winnipeg should be around there, but you think Winnipeg can crack that?
Well, it's interesting what's happening with Winnipeg. They've won 4 of their last 13. They're 13-12 right now on the season. There's a little bit of panic in the peg right now, Joaquin, but we kind of said it, like they really don't have that second line center, right? Like Taves, good player, won a lot of cups, good pedigree, veteran presence, but can he elevate that second line? Doesn't look like right now. Dave Lowry, from all accounts, from what I heard on the post-game show yesterday, it's taken him some time to get back up to speed, which is normal.
Who knows if he even will be, right?
That's the thing. He's a big boy. But again, he's a bottom 6 guy. He's not a guy that should be in your top 6. So it's interesting what's happening with some teams. I'm looking at the Eastern Conference, Florida and Toronto, dead last in the East, Joaquin. Mm-hmm. So it's an interesting. Anaheim just keeps on rolling. I don't think they're going anywhere, buddy. Look at San Jose yesterday, 6-3 win. I think they got the final wild card
3
spot.
points by
Celebrini. What a player. He's making a case, man.
Oh, he's on the team.
Him and Bedard. Like, because Bedard on Sunday, I think, had 2 goals.
Yeah.
One of them was an absolute beaut.
I still think if it's down to the 2, I think take them all, right? I think you should, but I think Celebrini is it's an easy decision right now, right? With some of the guys, I mean, you're not going to have Stone on that team this year. So you gotta start looking to the future a little bit with these, because they're going to be more prevalent, these best on best tournaments every 2 years now, right?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting to see what they announce. I have a feeling they're going to kind of roll with the same kind of very similar to the Four Nations, maybe 1 or 2 different guys. Hey, what if Zach Hyman cracks the line?
He's not cracking the line.
You don't think so?
No.
I know he's been brought up by a few analysts there that just because he plays with Connor and how good he is and all that, but it'll be interesting. I don't think Bouchard's close. Obviously, Skinner's not making the team. They got their goalies. Bouchard's an interesting guy, but I think his warts defensively are just a little too much right now. Joaquin, did you Reed Wilkins? That's why he's the smartest guy here at EST. No disrespect to anyone else.
No, according to you.
He said the NFL game would be over early, but after the first quarter, you didn't even have to watch anymore.
No, I didn't even have to watch it all.
What a horrible game, man. I mean, good for the Patriots. Those old school uniforms look great.
Yeah, I like those.
Those are great, but did you see the kick attempt from the New York Giants kicker?
No.
He hit the ground.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was very sad. I literally felt bad for him.
I think I remember Reed saying, do they have to play this game yesterday?
Yeah, just give the dub to the Patriots. Avoid everything.
How about the Patriots turning things around?
Good coach, good quarterback. It's a great question, Joaquin. They haven't been this good since Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Well, since Brady left.
Pretty much, yeah. Tomas Brady. But Drake May, man, really, really coming into his own.
Love the Drake.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, we talk about the NFL so much. If it wasn't for the great production they have and all that, like, a lot of the games are duds, Joaquin.
Yeah.
A lot of them, man. Like, no one can tell me, unless you're a Patriots fan last night, that you're entertained by that.
With the whole, Dusty said it, everyone around here said it. One of the main reasons people watch these games is because of their fantasy teams, right? That's the only reason. And you get excited because, you're a player, right? Because I think it was even Awanek. We were in the boardroom and he was cheering for a team. I'm like, what is he doing? He goes, no, I have him in my fantasy. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm very interested. Once CFL fantasy starts, that is going to be quite interesting to me because of what fantasy does too for people is it's instant name recognition for players all of a sudden. So you start learning the players. You not only the ones that you have on your team, but the ones you're playing against too, right? So you have a vested interest. And let's face it, most of the games in the CFL do come down to the wire and are exciting, right? So I wonder what this is going to do for just viewership and how many people are going to start watching the CFL for just the casual fan, but likes Likes fantasy.
Likes gambling, likes fantasy. And you make a good point because there's so much movement in the CFL because there's really no long-term deals. But it's like if you ask
That's good, though.
Yeah, I love it. If you ask the casual 20-year-old, name me 5 players in the CFL, they probably couldn't.
No.
But like you said, now that, I have Philpot on my team.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Yeah.
He has a twin brother in Calgary? Oh, okay. And their dad was a star in the CFL. Oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's great. And Dusty and Maddie pushed it a lot with their leagues, the Dunya, and I can't remember what Dusty's league is called, but it's going to be interesting.
One of his 18 spite leagues?
One of his 18, he's got more than 18 NFL. Like he is a complete
maniac.
Crazy, man.
Didn't Marshall have his first?
Yeah, I think he has his.
I wonder how Marshall's doing.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Of course, the big man working from home. The kids are sick, so being a great dad there, but we missed the big guy. I haven't seen him all week. It's only been 2 days.
See him on TV.
Yeah, that's true. What's this I heard about Trevia's date?
Yeah, I guess so.
Today?
Yeah.
Was Machine Gun Kelly yesterday or on the weekend?
It was yesterday.
How was it?
Cool.
It was good.
Did you go?
Yeah.
You went, right?
Yeah, my buddy got free tickets. We're gonna wait until last minute to try and buy some a little bit cheaper because the price kept going down and down as the weeks went on. But it was a very interesting show. He's definitely a performer. He was on the stage for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
We didn't leave until like 11:15. So the first performer got on at 8. He showed up at 9 and the production was awesome. He'd played guitar and then he'd put away his guitar. There was so many band members. He changed it up. He did rap. He did punk. He did covers. He did a cover of a Zach Bryan country song, out of all things. So he really touched every genre that he could. And I enjoyed it, man. Like the only song I knew was one of his covers. It was a song Iris. I don't remember who made the song, but he is a performer, man. I would recommend going to an MGK show if you got tickets.
Good crowd?
Yeah, there was about 14,000 people there for Monday night. Yeah, and he said the opening song, I think he played 3 songs from his new album and played in the entire track list front to back from an album he's celebrating a 5-year anniversary for or something, my buddy told me. But he said the opening song, it got the best response so far on the tour in Edmonton.
Really?
Yeah. So people showed up and supported him. He had some great props on stage too. Like it was called the Americana Tour, or is. He's still ongoing. But there was a Statue of Liberty, and he came out of the mouth of the statue and went on. I don't know. He was on a harness, and there's dancers. It was great. It was crazy though. I didn't know what to expect, but I left the Rogers place feeling happy that I went.
Nice.
You stayed all late, but I'm I'll be honest, guys.
What are you, his dad?
No.
You go to bed at midnight. What are you talking about?
I showed up, I had a good breakfast, I had my coffee, I was feeling good, and all of a sudden I got hit with this wave of just exhaustion. I could fall asleep right now.
You're crashing out.
It's like I went to the concert last.
Yeah.
Have a tea.
Yeah, I might have to,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, I got some Earl Grey over there.
Oh,
strong.
Earl Grey.
Very strong.
Orange Pico? How do you say it?
Pico.
Pico?
I think.
That's the orange. Yeah, the orange Pico.
I always feel awkward asking for it because I'm I don't even know how to say it.
That's the highest. Well, if you really want, I have some English breakfast. That's got a lot of caffeine.
A lot of caffeine.
Yeah. It's like a Red Bull.
And I had a coffee from Starbucks, and those are pretty potent.
Not really.
No.
Well, not anything like Mark Hillam drinks. He was in for a
4
full
shots?
hour. Now 3 shots of
3
espresso
shots?
on the way. So he gave his entire routine. They talked about a lot for the entire second hour of yesterday's Reed Wilkins show. And
It was
he
awesome.
was here in studio. It was a great interview. And he said his prep, he wakes up during the season at 4:30, makes a triple espresso, drinks it on the way to the stadium, and then the second he gets into his office, makes another coffee.
Coaches are great. I remember Chris Jones, too. He'd be in at 3, 4 in the morning.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
It's grind time.
Prep, I guess?
God, you're just going to bed.
Hey, coach, where are you going? I'm going home to sleep. See you in 8 hours for practice. All right, we're rolling along nicely here on EST Afternoons. Game day. It's going to be a hell of a game, man. Minnesota Wild are a hell of a team. They're riding hot right now. They are coming off on, I think it's a shootout or overtime loss to Buffalo. I can't remember which one, but very excited to see Jesper Wallstedt and very excited to see what kind of game the Oilers bring. Again, I heard Leon Draisaitl's interview from earlier today, Janmar coach. They're all saying the right things. Again, we all know how that went last time they were at home, but I'm intrigued to see what they do tonight. Let us know what you're thinking. What's a good start for you? EST, of course, hit us up on the nasty chat. River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. Hit that thumbs up. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. We hit on the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. We're very excited about that. That's also coming up in the second hour. Sean McIndoe from The Athletic joins us in about 20 minutes time as well. But after the break, we'll continue to tee up Oilers and Wild here on EST Afternoons. Here's Coop.
It's a clash of 97's tonight as the Oilers play host to the Red Hot Wild, who had just one regulation loss in November. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson tee up the matchup during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock right here on EST. 9 other games around the NHL. The Golden Knights and Blackhawks square off. Carter Hart in the pipes for Vegas. That's his first start since the 2023-24 season when he was a member of the Flyers. Meanwhile, the Leafs and Panthers go toe-to-toe. Toronto's Brandon Carlo is now out long-term with a lower body injury and might require surgery after being reevaluated yesterday for the ailment that's kept him out since November 13th. Baseball news: the Jays have officially signed Dylan Cease to his 7-year deal worth $210 million. And to the CFL, the Argos have promoted Mike Miller to take over head coaching duties. Earlier, the Alouettes inked Tyson Philpot to a 2-year extension. He was good for over 800 yards and 5 touchdowns in 12 games last season. To the hard floor, the Raptors are back in action, taking on the Trailblazers at home. Both teams on a 2-game slide with tip-off at 5:30. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at Capital Care Foundation.net. More with Gager and Manso on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button. The easiest thing to say is, oh, by the way, yeah, you had character issues. Oh, really? Is that your excuse for blowing the pick? Really? Do you know who had character issues? Like the Edmonton Oilers scouting staff not recognizing that this guy would have changed the character of their goaltending.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
You could set up your Christmas tree in the last available spot in the house, or you can create the space you need with Sentinel Storage. Get the most out of Christmas. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Boxing Day rocks at River Cree. December 26th, live in the venue. Hysteria, tribute of Def Leppard. And Blackout, tribute to the Scorpions. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brewhouse. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
back here on EST Afternoons. Come on in. William Huff Studios here in the west side of the city. It's Oilers game day. Reminder, the Oil Stream pregame show gets going at 6 o'clock with Tom Gazzola, Matt Cassian, and our good buddy, the one and only, Ben Thompson. Hey, I heard you guys talking on Two Guys that today's the 30-year anniversary of when Patrick Roy tells Canadiens head coach Mario Tremblay he's done.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Well, he didn't tell he told the GM.
Sorry, President Ronald Corey. Yeah.
They all sat behind. Talk about pressure. Like the GM, the owners all sit right behind the bench.
And it was like open, remember?
Well,
like,
it's all open, yeah.
The forum was that, and Maple Leaf Gardens was like that.
Yeah. It was, and even I don't know if they still do this in Toronto? Like as the other goalie, you sit right next to the fans. Like,
yeah, there's one arena where the opposing backup goalie has to sit.
Like you're basically sitting right next to the fan. Yeah. It's crazy. Like I remember sitting there and guy and his girl, and I talked to them the whole game. It's just like, and then Salas went down and goes, "Oh no, you're going in," and he kept putting his beer in front of me, like, "Have some. Come on. I know you want some." I go, "No, I can't. Get that away." But he would leave it there in front of me.
So funny story. In my first year with the Elks, we were in Winnipeg to close out the year. Like when we were a terrible team, and we're in the tunnel, we're getting ready to be called out to run onto the field. Mm-hmm. And one of our DBs, this older guy, bit of a head case. And the fans are yelling stuff at us, and he's like, "Give me your beer." And the guy gives him the beer, and he chugged his beer right before he went on to play.
Nice.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, "Oh, you probably shouldn't be doing that." Then he got burnt for a TD.
Oh, did he? A lot of guys I played with in Sweden, they would drink a non-alcoholic beer before.
Really?
Yeah, because we would in the Globe Arena where you saw who was there this year? Ottawa? Who was there this? I don't know who played there. Anyway, the teams that played that was my home rink. It was great because we'd have lunch in the restaurant up top where you can see after practices and things, and pregame skates, and we'd have lunch there. Or pregame meal, and I'd see guys drinking. It's called Falcon. It's a type of beer in Sweden.
Okay.
It's like their Budweiser or whatever. And these guys are drinking. I'm like, guys are crushing beers before games. But then I found out it was the non-alcoholic ones, and I was like, I didn't know if I could do that. You know, drinking a beer before, like I'd get the taste and want to have more. But I actually had a couple, and it was okay. It was nice to have a beer at lunch that. Obviously no alcohol, but I liked it.
I had a lot of buddies that would smoke weed before a soccer game.
Oh, really?
And I was like, how do you guys play, man?
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I'd probably go the other way. Yeah, I swear to God, Joaquin, they would, I'd get rides with him. We'd go to the field, and he'd light one up, and I'd be like, how do you function on the field?
Why would you want to play at that?
Yeah.
I just want to sit and watch the game.
Lay on the grass.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Oh, the grass is so nice.
No, so Jasmine says, feel all bloated before playing. No thanks. I guess you would you get bloated?
Well, it's hours before. It's not like right before the game.
Yeah.
I'm not, it'd be 5 hours later. I'd feel fine.
I played one game one year. We were having drinks. And then we had just a rec league game, and I showed up a little tipsy. And man, you should ask my buddies when you see them about it. I was an embarrassment. They're like, get off the field. Yeah, but I don't know how guys can play sports either with a drink in them or the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, that's. I played some men's league hockey where guys would walk in. I go, Jesus, it was like Spicoli coming out of the van, right? I'm like, wow, guys. But they played okay. I mean, it was men's league, but I was just like, geez.
I want to put it in context. The soccer games we were playing weren't the best.
I'm not playing against Boldy and Eriksson Ek here.
Oh, who are you most excited to see on the Wild tonight, Juan?
I think it's who's the best 97 tonight?
Ooh,
right?
The highest paid?
Who deserves it?
That's a good question. Kaprizov's been amazing lately.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, he's putting up points. Let's be honest. The overall play of the whole team hasn't been good for the Oilers. I thought you would have said the goalie.
Yeah.
No, you don't care.
Yeah, good goaltending and great numbers is usually directly correlated to good defensive team play. Okay?
Yeah.
Like you show me a goalie with great numbers, I'll show you a team that plays very hard without the puck.
So if Skinner was in net with Minnesota, he'd be doing really good.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right?
But it goes hand in hand.
Look, he's obviously making saves. I won't say it's all like he's playing well. But again, we talk about confidence. It's important for every player, every position. It doesn't matter. So if he's getting 15 shots, and even though they're not all high quality, he's still stopping 15 shots a night, and he's feeling good about himself. So he's building that confidence level. And hopefully that I think tonight for Stuart Skinner, and this is just for him personally, I think it's really, really important that you come out of this first period tied or up one. I think that's really important for his psyche to keep going and keep last game's performance rolling for himself.
Well, that's just it, because Joaquin, I look at it, this team's got to start building some momentum here. And I think you bring up the perfect guy, Stuart Skinner. Now, it's not all on him. The team's got to be good in front of him like they were in Seattle. But, like, I think you nailed it there. Like, he can't be in the net again and have a stinker.
No.
He can't.
No.
And by all accounts, like I've been, there's so much out there about the Oilers' involvement and goalie talks and all that. Now, I mean, some of the top insiders are saying we're hearing the Oilers might keep their powder dry until the offseason.
What's funny, what one shutout will do? Ready. I mean, that he was basically Frankenstein before pitchforks and torches. He gets a shutout, and it's like, well, let's see what happens here.
I am intrigued how much true interest there was on Tristan Jarry. I mean, we probably will never know until the end of the season.
Well, I watched that Pittsburgh game, and they got just destroyed by Toronto, right?
Yeah.
And he went in. As Sheloff started, Jarry went in. And he's a good goalie, I'll say that. But it's a sideways move for an older guy with more term. So I don't like it.
Yeah.
I understand it, but I don't like it. I like the fact that, I mean, it still would have been so hard. Like, you would have had to have guys moving in and out, and it's the price you would have to pay for Jarry with the roster construction and having to navigate the tap. Thinking about beer. It's too much that you'd have to do for a sideways move, I think. You?
Yeah, me too. Listen, Kevin Weeks had it. Kevin Weeks, when he tweets something out, he's usually, he's got a good rate going, a good percentage of the things he tweets out happens. Now, he said they were talking, there was interest. He didn't say it was going to happen. I agree with you. I think it's a sideways move. You're upping your salary cap. You would have had to throw in probably another player. Again, the Oilers can't move a lot of guys because there are no movement. So, listen, I think I said this a few weeks ago, Joaquin. I think the Oilers, if they obviously want them to upgrade certain parts of their game, but it almost seems to me, if this team doesn't have that great turnaround, that Stan Bowman's going to look at it and be like, maybe I'll add one player at the deadline, but the offseason's where I try to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there.
And I know fans don't want to hear that, but
no,
that's the reality of the situation here in Edmonton, because, I mean, let's just say Skinner plays great tonight again, and then Bowman's going to probably relax a bit.
Look, he was an all-star one year.
Yeah.
So that's in there. It's somewhere in that Skinner body of his.
He's not as bad as it's, I guess, anyone makes it seem, right? Like,
no. The
team in front of him has been atrocious defensively. Yes, he has to be better. But, yeah, it's very intriguing what's going to happen here. Binnington yesterday got pulled, yelled at his coach. But that, I don't know if that happens often, but then the coach said they said, I love you to each other. That's what.
Did they?
I think he might have been tongue-in-cheek. But Binnington, because St. Louis ain't going anywhere, right?
No. They're,
I mean, they're 2 points back of the Oilers. 1 game in hand. Oh, sorry. The Oilers have a game in hand on them. They're 9-11-7. I mean, if you can try to pry that guy out, but again, it's going to take a lot because of the cap hit, right?
It's tough. And they've played one more game than the Oilers too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're in a bit of trouble. All right, coming up next, it's Sean McIndoe from The Athletic and the Puck Soup podcast. We'll go around the NHL, a lot of fascinating stories. Very happy to have him on. He goes on Twitter as Down Goes Brown. And of course, portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. Taco Tuesday just leveled up at the CBH. All day, $3.49 new tacos and quesadillas. After 4 p.m., you can sip on $5.99 margaritas. $2 off Corona tankards and tequila shots starting at $5.99. So if you're looking for somewhere to go for dinner today, before the Oiler game, hit up the Canadian Brewhouse. On the other side of the break, we go around the NHL here on EST Afternoons.
The Oilers kick off a 5-game homestand challenging the Wild. Stuart Skinner plays for Edmonton. Jesper Wallstedt for Minnesota. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson as they preview the game during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 6 only on EST. From Vegas, Carter Hart makes his first start for the Golden Knights taking on the Blackhawks. And in Colorado, the Canucks and Avs drop the puck, having 10 games on the docket. From Philly, Tyson Forster of the Flyers will miss 2 to 3 months with an upper body injury. And in MLB news, Dylan Cease has officially signed a 7-year deal with the Jays worth $210 million. For the Alouettes, they've extended Tyson Philpot to a 2-year extension. He had 5 touchdowns and over 800 receiving yards in 12 games last season. Meanwhile, UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall told Ariel Helwani that he might require double eye surgery after his most recent fight ended in a no contest following a double eye poke from Cyril Gahn in October. To the association, there's 6 games going down. The Raptors look to snap a 2-game losing streak when they battled the Trailblazers at 5:30. We go around the NHL next on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
EST Hangout.
I do think a mildly competitive activity is always a good sort of first, second date sort of activity.
If you suck, if like it's both of us playing, like you sucked at bowling, I'm like you suck.
That'd be an ick for you?
Kind of. It's like you want them to be good at it, and then, but then if I sucked, I would feel horrible.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit WJSportsTalk.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc, we're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Oilers game day. They host the Minnesota Wild down at Rogers Place at 7 o'clock. Keep it locked here on Edmonton Sports Talk as the Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson, and former NHLer Matt Cassian get you set for all the action. Of course, they'll be back later this evening with the postgame show, and hopefully they're talking about a little mini two-game win streak for the Oilers, who have yet to win 3 straight. We're going to go around the NHL and shift away from Oilers, Minnesota just for a bit, as Sean McIndoe from The Athletic and the Puck Soup podcast will join us here on EST Afternoons, and it is brought to you by Old Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. And with that, we welcome in Sean McIndoe from The Athletic. Sean, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to join us. Let's keep it Canadian here. Let's start with the team we cover here with the Edmonton Oilers. Saw a bit of your tweets and some of your articles there saying the Oilers might be in a little bit of trouble. They're coming off one of their better games this season so far, Sean. On Saturday, they have a tough opponent tonight. But when you look at the Edmonton Oilers and from what you've seen on the outside looking in here in Edmonton, what do you think the one or two biggest issues are for this Oilers team?
I mean, it's too many pucks going in the net, which is a way, I guess, of saying it's the goaltending and it's the defensive effort at the same time. Those go hand in hand, and they kind of make it hard to tell which one is the real problem. I mean, we all everybody loves to jump on Stuart Skinner every time he has a bad game, but is that him having a bad game, or is it just not having the help in front of him? What's going on? Is it the system? Is it the players? It's certainly hard to say. And you know, if there were easy answers, Chris Knobloch would have them by now. But certainly, you know, when you look at this team, that's the part that jumps out at you. The forwards, the offensive side, pretty good, not dominating the way that maybe we're used to.
Yeah.
You know, both Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl having very good years, but not that absolute elite tier sort of season where you're at the front of the MVP conversation. And unfortunately, the way this team's playing, that's what they need from those guys. They need pretty close to perfection from them in order to break even. And it's just not happening so far.
Sean, one of our members of our team, our own here at EST, Tom Gazzola, when teams playing like the Edmonton Oilers, you kind of question everything. And the question came up about leadership of this team, and actually warranted a response from Leon Draisaitl with a short little LOL. But that seemed to ignite a little bit in Leon, and you could say the rest of the team. Are the Oilers needing something extra to find that next gear? Do you see the Oilers capable of getting to a next gear? And because they have, here we're tired of the excuse kind of they've played a lot of hockey. It's you're almost 30 games into this season. You got to find something to get you motivated.
Yeah, it's not too early anymore. It's not the small sample size that you just kind of hand wave away. That said, we do have to keep in mind that we have seen this before from this team. We have seen slow starts, and we have seen we've seen the unimpressive Octobers. I don't know if we've seen that turn into November and into December quite like it has this year, but we have seen versions of this before. And this is a team that, when it's not clicking, you look at it and the wins aren't there, and you watch them play and it just feels off, and you go, I don't know if this team has got the right mix. And then next thing you know, they roll off 8 wins in a row or 12 or 15. And you're sitting there going, right, okay, these are the Edmonton Oilers. And then you end up looking back going, what was everybody so worried about? Why, didn't we know that this was going to happen? And so maybe that happens again this year. Maybe it starts. Maybe that Saturday night shutout is exactly the game that we're going to look back on and say, this is what started it. But certainly right now, this looks like a team that is, that it just doesn't have it. And the good news, I suppose, is they haven't fallen so far out of the mix that that eventual flipping of the switch and the win streak and whatever it is isn't going to be enough to get them back into the mix. But yeah, I mean, there's no denying anyone who looks at this season so far and says, "Oh, it's been good enough, it's been fine," is fooling themselves, because it hasn't been.
Sean McIndoe from The Athletic joining us here on EST Afternoon. Sean, another team that finds himself in a bit of a rut, the Winnipeg Jets, coming off a very disappointing 5-1 loss to the Sabres last night. I know it goes hand in hand with Connor Hellebuck being out, sure. I mean, a lot of the post-game shows in Winnipeg yesterday weren't going with that excuse, but do you find the biggest need for them is to go out and get that second-line center? And no disrespect to Jonathan Taves, but do they need an upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taves is a great player, and he's going to the Hall of Fame, but he's not a second-line center today at this point in his career. The fact that he's playing at all is a great story, but no, he's he's not that guy. So yeah, that could absolutely be an area they need. But it is, I mean, as much as we don't want to say it's the Connor Hellebuck injury, that is a huge part of it. You're talking about the MVP of the league last year. You're talking about the best goaltender in the world, and that everything that you do can flow from that. It's almost the opposite of what we see in Edmonton, where when you've got a guy back there that everybody trusts and who has earned that trust, it affects all 200 feet of your game. It's not just about what happens right in front of your own net when the puck gets to that goaltender. It's everything that leads up to it. And so you wonder how much of that is changing in Winnipeg, where suddenly they don't have that security blanket anymore of knowing that, you know what, maybe, we can take a little bit of a risk. We can be a little bit, play the percentages a bit differently because we know we've got that guy back there, and they just don't. And it's tough in Winnipeg because I don't think any of us expected a season like last year. I don't think any of us had them as President's Trophy winners again. But this is the low end of what we were looking at. And the tough thing is in that Central Division, everyone else is just running away. And I mean, you get to the point where you look at the Jets and you say, even when they get it back on track, even if you call that a when and not an if, by that point, what are they playing for? Third place, fourth place? Yeah. Maybe. It might not be more than that because the teams in front of them are just playing so well right now.
Yeah, you could kind of, I think, say that same thing in the Pacific with the Edmonton Oilers still in striking distance, Sean, but are these teams that we're seeing in the position they are for real? Like, are the Anaheim Ducks going to finish first? And do you foresee them finishing first in the Pacific this year? And does that make Winnipeg and possibly Edmonton Oilers wild card teams in the West?
Yeah, I love what the Anaheim Ducks are doing. I picked them before the season started to make the playoffs. That was my big going out on a limb pick, and I so rarely get to look smart on these things that I really want to thank the Ducks for helping me out early on here. But that said, I picked them to make the playoffs. I didn't say first place in the Pacific. I can't imagine anybody did. If I had written that, my editors probably would have sent it back to me and said, tone this down a little bit because you're taking this too far. They've been a great story. Are they going to finish first? No, I don't think they are. And I think, again, this is what gives me more hope if I'm in Edmonton, just as far as looking up the standings than Winnipeg, because you look at the teams ahead of you. I don't trust the Ducks are such a young team that they're eventually going to hit that wobble where there's going to be room to catch up to them. I think San Jose is a great story. I don't know if they keep it up all year. Same with Seattle Kraken, a team that I really didn't give a lot of thought to heading into the year as being a playoff team. They've exceeded at least my expectations. Whether they can keep that up, I'm not sure. Even the LA Kings, a team that was a very good team last year until the playoffs, and in theory could still be that this year. I think a lot of us after the offseason they had thought they would take a step back. Really, I look at the Pacific and I still see this is the Vegas Golden Knights, and it is the Edmonton Oilers if they can get it going at some point. Those are the two teams that I look at and say, okay, when we get to May and we're looking at the Western Conference Final, it's going to be one of those two teams. And obviously, in order for that to happen, Edmonton's got to get there. But I still feel like the path for them to get there is pretty good. Whereas Winnipeg, the path to the playoffs, absolutely. But, Dallas, Colorado, I believe in those teams a lot more than I believe in Anaheim and San Jose and Seattle. Let's just put it that way.
Sean, it's so interesting with Nashville. I know last offseason, everybody was pretty pumped. We thought they were going to be a hell of a team with the additions of Marchessault and Stamkos, and they already had Roman Josi and UC Saros. It hasn't worked out. Last year was just a complete write-off. This year, they're last in the NHL. How close are we to Nashville just blowing this up and looking for new landing spots for some of those big fish there?
You got to think that we're beyond close, because you're right. It's been pretty much a season and a half almost now, and I get, if I guess there's a part of me that could understand after as bad as last year was, that maybe you look at it and you say that was just one of those years. Mm-hmm. Everything that went wrong did go wrong. It's just, we're not going to overreact. We're not going to throw in the towel. Let's see it. Let's give it another year and let's see how it goes. But okay, we're 30 games into the next year, and it's clearly, it's worse. So it's time. It's probably more than time to start moving on from some of those guys. Now, that's of course much easier said than done. I don't think there's a lineup of GMs waiting to get at the Nashville Predators roster and say, well, let me get some of those guys and bring them into my situation, especially given the salaries and what have you. So it's an interesting puzzle. How do you start digging your way out of it? And it's interesting that they've got a guy in charge in Barry Trotz who, I like a lot for having some outside the box thinking, but this is an awfully tough spot for a guy who is, I still think of as a coach before I think of him as a GM. He's relatively new to NHL front offices, certainly relative to his peers. So that, in theory, gives him a fresh set of eyes, some fresh perspective, maybe different ways of doing things. But it clearly hasn't worked so far. So now he's got to go a little bit old school and start digging out of this. And I think a lot of us have been wondering if a coaching change is part of that. Hasn't happened yet. Maybe that's the old coach in him saying, I'm not going to blame the guy behind the bench. He's the one who always takes the fall, and it's not his fault. But it's got to be somebody. It's got to be something, because this is going to be season number 2 in a row of being a total write-off. And when you're not a young team, at some point you got to start looking towards that future.
Sean, while we got you, it's a little bit like opening your gifts before Christmas, but it is an Olympic year. The top discussion that we have about the Olympics is these young 3 guys with Schaefer, Bedard, and of course, Celebrini. Who makes this team? Do they bring all 3, or is there just a spot for one guy? Is it just Bedard and Celebrini? Where do you sit on this?
Yeah, I've been kind of all over the map on this. And there's sort of the two questions, which is who would I bring, and then who will they bring? And they being the 200 hockey men that run this team and have maybe certain ways of thinking about how you put a team like this together. I came into the year, even after that first month when Bedard and Celebrini emerged as the big stories, and I said, there's no way they're going to have room for 2 of them. And after they did it for another month, I'm now at the point where I think you almost have to find spots for both of them. Remember, there is the one extra spot this in the Olympics versus the 4 nations. So you can bring somebody as a forward. Doesn't necessarily mean they have to play every game. Doesn't mean that, they can't sit and watch for a lot of it. I really like the idea of bringing both of them. And then you get to Matthew Schaefer. And I would have said heading into the year that there's just no way you can bring a teenage defenseman. It's one thing for a forward, different position, right? Celebrini and Bedard, they're both a couple years older and they play forward. I feel okay with having a very young forward. Having a very young defenseman, man, that's really tough. The problem is you look at what Matthew Schaefer's done, and it's not just about, how many points he has or plus minus or that. The Islanders, after protecting him for a lot of the first month, have kind of thrown him out to the wolves and given him all that tough ice time, having him play a lot of minutes, and he's handling it all so smoothly that you really do sit there and you look at it and you go, all right, take the age out of it. Take, thinking about future Olympics, forget all of that. Is this guy just one of the best 8 defensemen in the country right now? And I think there's a good argument that he is. So he's almost forcing his way into the discussion. I don't know if you can bring all three. I'm sure that the when that group gets together, the coaches and the old school GMs and everybody, somebody's pounding the table saying we can't turn this into like into a camp for little kids here and have all these youngsters running around. But I mean, if those are the best players he got, I'll tell you this much. I do a couple of podcasts where I've got American co-hosts. So they don't want any part of Celebrini and Bedard being on Team Canada. They're hoping that Canada plays it safe and takes like a nice, somebody who's got a little more defensive credibility, and somebody, a grizzled veteran. That's what they're hoping for. They're worried about seeing these guys who can score as much as these guys can. So it's a fascinating decision. It's going to be a tough one either way. And there's going to be a huge debate about it when the decision does get made, whichever way it goes.
Great stuff, Sean. Enjoy the games tonight. Should be a fun night here in Edmonton as the Wild are in town. Thank you for taking the time to join us, and I'm sure we'll chat again.
Right on. Thank you for having me.
All right. Sean McIndoe from the Athletic and Puck Soup podcast. I'm always fascinated about the outside view of the Edmonton Oilers.
I know.
Yeah. I was going to ask about Toronto, but I mean, the injuries are hampering them big time, right? Matthews is, I don't know what's going on with. He's returned, but
he scored a nice goal.
Yeah. They benched Ty Domi a few games ago. Not Ty Domi, Max Domi. Yeah.
He deserved the bench.
Yeah. So interesting, man. It's weird because I look at Toronto the same way as I look at Edmonton in the aspect of that organization. If they miss the playoffs, heads are going to roll.
Well, it seems like everyone's just waiting for them. Okay, when is the 8-game winning streak going to happen? Right? When is the switch going to be pulled here for both teams? The problem is with these Oilers, I think that they really have to be concerned about is there's not that there were easy points, but they were difficult, but now they're hard.
Yeah.
And I know they handled the Kraken quite easily, but they wasn't their best effort. But now you got a San Jose team that's ahead of them in the standings right now.
Yeah.
You've got an Anaheim team that's completely turned it around. Those were nice, cool, easy breezy California trips before. They were California dreaming. Now it's getting back to what did they call that? When they went down the road to death, road something, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, when they were all good.
Yeah, when they were all just a death road or whatever.
When Perry was in Anaheim, Getzlaf.
Yeah, and then you had, Brown.
Death Valley?
Death Valley. Yeah, it was probably Death Valley or something.
You had Thornton and Marlowe and Couture.
It's just gross, right? So
is it back to that?
Is it back to that?
Oh, LA's good. Anaheim's really good. San Jose's hanging in there.
And then you go over to Vegas and get, stuff.
It's
a good division.
It is. And we'll see if one of these teams fall off. I mean, we're always waiting around this time, but nothing is falling off. The West Coast teams right now, they're really good, young, entertaining, and we got to see. We got to wait and see. The Oilers can turn this around. I think if they win tonight, there's a good chance they're going to hit their first 3-game win streak because they got Seattle on Thursday and then Winnipeg, another struggling team on Saturday. So an interesting week for your Edmonton Oilers. All right, in hour 2, Daniel Valente at 2:25 to talk some F1. Lots of news regarding that. We got the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. And, of course, whatever you guys would like to talk about. And gals, of course. Nasty chat. Slam that thumbs up. We're only at 30. Come on. Those are rookie numbers. And hit us up on the River Korean box, 780-218-9999. On the other side of the break, it's hour 2 of EST Afternoons.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
In studio today, the head coach of the Double E is Mark Killam.
There's still areas that we need to improve on our football team. Having a difference maker in the receiving core will help us. Improving our pass rush earlier in the year, that was an area where we couldn't finish. So there's definitely areas that we got to improve on, and that's on me in training camp to be really intentional with what we're trying to get out on each and every day.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Skip the couch and hit the Canadian Brewhouse. Your home for every puck drop, every goal, and every cheer. With ice-cold drinks, massive screens, and the best fans in town. This hockey season, our house is your arena.
The Lock Shop.
I don't know whether this is just a slump. I mean, I don't think there's any way they could be this bad for the rest of the year. As I say, Oiler fans, in our Canadian misery index, you have company right now. And I would suggest that you have a hell of a lot more hope because of a couple of the guys that wear Edmonton jerseys than what Winnipeg is going to have to figure it out.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
It's a clash between the two 97's. The Oilers playing host to the Red Hot Wild, who had just one regulation loss in November. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson tee up the matchup during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That goes live at 6, only on EST. 9 other games around the NHL. The Golden Knights and Blackhawks square off. Carter Hart in the pipes for Vegas. That's his first start since the 2023-24 season. Meanwhile, the Leafs and Panthers go toe-to-toe. Toronto's Brandon Carlo is out now long-term with a lower body injury and might require surgery after being reevaluated yesterday for an issue that's kept him out since November 13th. Baseball news, the Jays have officially signed Dylan Cease to his 7-year deal worth $210 million. In the CFL, the Argos have promoted Mike Miller to take over head coaching duties. He's been the quarterback coach in Toronto since 22, winning 2 Grey Cups. And the Raptors, they're back in action, taking on the Trailblazers at home. Both teams on a 2-game skid with tip-off at 5:30. A total of 6 games in the NBA tonight. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of EST Afternoon starts right now.
Hey, we're back here. EST Afternoons, Hour 2. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish. 42 thumbs up. That's still not good enough. Come on, guys. Let's go. Vamos. Slam that thumbs up. I know there's a thumbs up fatigue going out right now in Edmonton because of this Oiler team, but I feel good today. Got my lucky cardigan on. Gage's got his lucky shirt on. It's weird that we're both wearing green.
It ain't easy being green.
So come on, slam that thumbs up. Hit us up, River Korean Box 780-218-9999, and hit us up on the nasty chat. Murderers Row. That's what
Murderers Row. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
What a gauntlet that was back in the day.
What a nightmare.
And then a quick stop in Colorado to get your butt kicked even more.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get to inside the numbers for Play Alberta. It seems like all the promo codes are up and running for December. EST 50, EST Casino, EST Sports. That's good news. You want to if you sprinkled yesterday on the Screw It, Let's Do It, let us know. Let us know. We want to know. I know we haven't hit like in a month, but we finally did. Did you sprinkle a little bit and make some moolah? Let us know on the Nasty Chatter River Cree inbox. Joaquin, of course, inside the numbers presented by Play Alberta. Okay, Joaquin. So far in the East, Tampa Bay, Boston, Montreal, Carolina, New Jersey, Washington, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia are in a playoff spot.
Okay.
Of those 8, who falls out when it's all said and done?
So you're saying
Tampa Bay, Boston,
Montreal,
Carolina, New Jersey, Washington, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia.
Who falls out? I got. You would have to think it'd probably be the Flyers, wouldn't it?
I'd say the Flyers and the Penguins.
I don't know about the Penguins, man.
I mean, Crosby's got 18 goals.
I know.
It's unreal.
It's unreal what he's doing.
You think Boston holds on too?
Yeah, I just looking at the other teams, who's gonna surpass them?
I think Florida gets back in it.
Really?
Yes.
I think it's too much to not have your best 2 players for that amount of time.
So you think they're going to miss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought they might be okay, and they're not playing well. They'll be scratching at it at the end. If they can get Tkachuk back, that'll be huge, right? But he's not supposed to be back till what, February?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're a good team, but I just don't think there's enough there. You need your 2 big dogs.
Okay, I'll give you 2 other teams and let me know if you think they get in. Ottawa, Toronto Maple Leafs.
If I were gonna pick between the 2 right now, I would have to say Ottawa.
Yeah.
Would get in. I mean, I don't think Toronto's too many injuries, and they're not the same team without regular season Mitch Marner. They're missing too much from him. Which is funny to say, because you had a fan base that just wanted him gone, but they didn't replace him.
Okay, if you had to give a little bit of the truth juice to Toronto Maple Leafs fan, you think now they would want him back?
Oh gosh, yeah, they'd do anything to have him back.
It's crazy how Marner was the guy.
Yeah. Now look, you got to be a professional. There's player movement. You lose guys that you've played with. They go to different teams. But there was a little thing that they talked about, like Marner and Big Papi were pretty close, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't look the same without Marner.
No. Now, did they miss on bringing in Michelli and thought those guys would kind of fill in the roles, and they haven't, though, right?
Yeah. But you don't it's so hard to. I mean, I forget who we were having when we first started 2 guys. We were looking at possible trades, and I remember Cass, and I forget the player we were speaking about, but when you trade a guy, how do you replace that, right? And Marner's a 90 to 100 point player.
Yeah.
Where do you got to moneyball that stuff a little bit, right? When they talk about, okay, who gets on base, who's going to replace those 100 points? Is it going to be distributed between the 3 guys and it's not even close for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, yeah,
the Oilers have had issues replacing the goals that left them. Remember, Reed did the whole thing in the summer?
Yeah.
Like, it's worse probably in Toronto because, Tavares having a good year. Nylander's producing. Matthews, by what we're used to, is not having a good year. He can't stay healthy either.
Yeah.
I just wonder if you grabbed the Leafs, a bunch of 100 Leafs fans and said, if you could do a do-over, would you keep Marner and maybe get rid of Tavares to make the cap work or whatever?
But he took the big discount too, so it made sense to keep him.
Yeah.
It's not like he's still making $11 million, right? What is he, 4.5 now?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's awesome.
It's good value.
Great value.
Only 1 Canadian team currently in the playoffs. That's the Montreal Canadiens. I'll be honest, Joaquin, I think Boston, Pittsburgh, and Philly fall out. I think Florida finds a way. I think Ottawa finds a way. And then for me, it's between the Islanders and the Red Wings. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah. I think Toronto's going to miss. Let's go to the West. Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota. No one's moving those 3 teams. Okay.
Do you think that stays till
I do.
game 82?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think so too. And then you got the Ducks, the Kings, the Golden Knights in the Pacific, and then the 2 wildcard teams are the Sharks and the Kraken. Who falls out from the West, Gager?
I think it just stays.
You don't think?
No. Now this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Because, gosh, it's so weird when you look at the stat lines of teams, and the glaring one that stands out most out of all the teams in the West right now is the goal differential with the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
They've got the highest, they're plus 12.
That's
the
crazy.
closest other team in the West is the Chicago Blackhawks at plus 7, and they're not even in a playoff spot, right? There's something brewing in Anaheim. I guess we'll wait and see, but I kind of see them finishing in the top 3, man.
Me too. I think the Sharks, Kraken fall out, and I think it's Winnipeg, Edmonton.
Well,
Yeah.
You would think that when they flick that switch, that's what it's going to be. But what an interesting playoffs if you have Winnipeg and the Edmonton Oilers as the wild card teams.
Yeah, because I don't see Anaheim falling off.
So Edmonton, Colorado first round matchup?
Can you imagine that? That would be unreal.
That would be great.
I'd take that, I'll be honest.
Oh, I'd love to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they can beat them, but
I don't think so either, but
will they lose another time to the eventual Stanley Cup champion?
They might, man.
Jeez.
That's just... Yeah, because Anaheim keeps on rolling without Dostal. They're number 1 goaltender.
Yeah.
So obviously Quenneville's got them playing well. Kings are always there. Vegas is going to get better. And they're going to make a huge splash at the trade deadline. I don't think the Kraken and the Sharks will hold on. That's why I think it's Winnipeg's going to figure it out. I think Edmonton is going to figure it out as well. Keep in mind, Edmonton's only 1 point out of the wild card spot, and Winnipeg's 2. Despite all their struggles.
You can't... Edmonton's got to try to find a way to get into that top 3, I think. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
You got to play Colorado, then Dallas, first 2 rounds.
You don't want a wild card.
No.
Would you take Anaheim, Edmonton?
I haven't seen them play yet, right? I have no idea.
Have they played them?
No. They haven't played them yet.
Well, they whooped the Oilers last year.
They did.
And they weren't even as good as they are now. I also want to see Celebrini.
I really want it, yeah.
When are we getting those games?
I was at the game, the first game Celebrini played here. He was good. He was really, really good. He went up against Draisaitl, and I couldn't believe how poised and how defensively sound he was.
It's a good player. Holy canoe. When did they have to have the Ducks soon here? I can't. I'm scrolling here, Joaquin, and there's no Ducks in sight.
Well, it's not duck season, is it?
It's too cold. Sharks on January 29th, Ducks on January 26th.
Not till the new year, huh?
Well, keep in mind, Joaquin, in the new year, the Oilers don't go out east at all.
Right.
All their east games are done.
That's
sucks for the guys on pre and post. They have to be here so late.
But I don't know if that is it. Do you look at that as a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing.
Why?
Because they're not traveling as well.
I look at it as a bad thing a little bit.
Okay.
Pulling points, that just means every game is every game is important. Don't get me wrong. But at least when you're out east, if you drop points, it doesn't affect you as much.
Okay, I see where you're going. Yeah.
So obviously some East teams are coming here. Those will be valuable games, but you're playing a lot of Western Conference teams where you got to make up ground. So it makes it even more crucial that you're winning and keeping those points out of other teams' hands.
Yeah, because then every loss hurts.
It's
like a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
A good question from Vincenzo. I want to ask you, Joaquin. Would you guys say this homestand makes or breaks their season?
It's so hard. It's a great question but it's so hard. And the reason being is basically what Sean was saying is things have gone to pattern with this team for the last 3 years. The slow starts, and then it's a big streak all of a sudden, and everyone's, why were we so worried about it? But I don't see the big streak coming. I think it'll be more along the lines of what Cass was saying today. Those 10-game segments, you gotta hover around that 6-3-1 type of thing out of 10 games, right? You have to be 3 games over that 500 or 4 games over that 500 mark in those 10-game segments.
I don't know if it. I mean, if they're 1-4, it probably breaks it a bit.
And it depends on there's been a huge push in the Central Division with those 3 teams. Like they've gone on runs.
Yeah.
Right? And I know it's maybe only 8 points, but that's a lot to get back.
It's hard to make up,
especially if they keep rolling. Like it's very, very difficult.
And to your point, Joaquin, where you said they're playing all these teams in the Pacific and in the West, where it's even harder to make up points because you're playing them almost every other night, right? Yeah. Any loss, then again, you're falling down.
It's just so it's it'd be fun to watch, man. I like it better this way. I enjoy, usually I don't look at the standings too much before Christmas. It doesn't make any sense, but I think you kind of got to be scoreboard watching and see what other teams are doing now. Just for the fact that you have teams in the Pacific that are uncharacteristically in positions in striking distance of playoff spots.
Max Bedudu says, I don't know if it makes or breaks it, but if they are crap, this roster is going to look different after this homestand.
What can they do though?
Yeah, I don't know, Max, if I don't know if it makes them that much different outside of call-ups. Maybe you get a look at Hudson.
Are you surprised Bowman? I mean, you kind of like the cool-headedness, I think. He's not going to make a rash decision. Like, sure, if Peter Chiarelli was here, he'd probably make 8 trades.
But that's the thing. I know fans love trades. We all love trades. They're fun.
They're great.
But there's something to him standing pat and saying, here, hey, guys, let's just roll, get into the playoffs, see what happens. And then in the offseason, we do our upgrades that we need because he can't make a bad trade right now. Right?
But everyone's calling this just a throw. You can't throw away a year with Connor McDavid.
That's the other thing.
You didn't lock him up for 8.
But okay, I get that. And I'm not saying a throwaway season, but saying, guys, like I don't want to make this trade because it could blow up. Do you know what I mean? Like he's in a tough spot because if he makes a trade and it doesn't work out, everybody's going to crap on him. If he doesn't do anything, everybody's going to crap on him. So he's kind of stuck there saying, what do I do with this team? And I think that's why he wants to see when the whole roster is healthy what they are. Can the goaltending hold until April? Can the D-core get better? Can this team start playing the right way? It's a lot of questions. So I think that's why, I'll be honest, Joaquin, regardless of how this homestand goes, I don't think we see any movement until the new year if it comes to that.
I'd agree with you. I would say that you're probably not going to see any movement.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard, man. If things go...
Because you're right, you can't just say,
you know what?
We'll see what we do
next year.
Yeah, because you only have 2 more years.
You can't be a procrastinating general manager.
And because there's no guarantee that McDavid's going to sign in 2 years.
No,
right?
And who knows what those talks were like, right? But if you're Connor McDavid, okay, let's say you're Connor McDavid. And you don't see a GM doing anything where you made this huge decision to try to help.
Yeah.
Like if there's nothing done and it says, in the year-end meetings, okay, Connor, we couldn't, now we can go. Like, and you have to be hitting it out of the park with every single decision you made, or else it's see you later. Thank you for your service.
Now, Connor did this to help the Oilers, but I guess it also doesn't mean that Bowman just has to make a trade to make everybody happy. So maybe he tells Connor, hey, man, like, trust me, I'm upgrading this team in the offseason.
Yeah.
Just right now, the prices are too high. I don't want to continue to give up But again, like, you can't say, well, I want to protect the future, because the future is now, Joaquin, for this team. They got 3 years to win this. Because there's no guarantees on Mr. 97 for the Oilers.
And all of a sudden, you got a 33-year-old Connor McDavid.
Thinking, I can't win.
He becomes a second-line center.
I can't win here. I need to move on. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
We say hello to the Winnipeggers, the Hustlerites, the WSTers. How you doing out there? The Jets.
Ooh, jeez.
Welcome to the hard times of...
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
Right?
I do think Mr. Cheveldayoff in Winnipeg needs to get a second-line center.
Yes.
That team needs it. And no disrespect to Jonathan Taves. What he's doing is great. Great comeback story. Champion, veteran guy. He's done it all, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he can be your second-line center if you want to make some noise in the playoffs.
No. But he was supposed to be a stopgap anyway till they figured it out.
Figured it out for sure. Yeah, interesting. I don't know if this road trip makes or breaks the Oilers. I truly don't. I mean, 5-0 would be unreal. It means they're back. 3-1-1, I think we'd take.
Yeah.
2-2-1, sure. Anything beyond that is a terrible homestand. It's funny because the Oilers started really well at home this year. They've fallen off lately. They're coming off an embarrassing loss. That's why I think tonight we're going to see something good. We're going to see something good because they know they got their butts kicked last time at home. And it was awful. And they took a lot of heat for that. And you throw in the 9-1 game in early November to the Colorado Avalanche. I think tonight they respond. They show up. It's going to be a close game. I shouldn't say it always is, because last year the Oilers whooped them in the last two games. I think it was 5-2, 7-1, Joaquin. So it's going to be interesting. Hey, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour, 525 drinks. Available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On the other side of the break, we're going to switch gears just a little bit to talk some F1 with Daniel Valente. A lot of news as we head into the final race at Abu Dhabi. And 2026 grid is set for F1, Joaquin. One more weekend to go, and then we'll close it out with our Screw It, Let's Do It parlay and whatever you guys want to talk about this day in sports history and all that fun stuff. Keep hammering that thumbs up. We're not even over 50 yet. Let's go. We're back after the break.
The Oilers start a 5-game homestand challenging the Wild tonight. Stuart Skinner plays for Edmonton. Jesper Wallstedt for Minnesota. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson preview the action with coverage starting at 6 o'clock right here on EST. From Vegas, Carter Hart makes his first start for the Golden Knights, taking on the Blackhawks, and in Colorado, the Canucks and Avs drop the puck, having 10 games on the docket. From Philly, Tyson Forster, the Flyers will miss 2 to 3 months with an upper body injury. And further out east, multiple sources have reported that the Steelers have claimed Adam Thielen off waivers from the Vikings. MLB News, Dylan Cease has officially signed a 7-year deal with the Jays for $210 million. That's now the largest free agent signing in Jays history. To the association, there's 6 games going down. The Raptors look to snap a 2-game slide when they battle the Trailblazers at 5:30. And ESPN's Shams Charania has reported that Zion Williamson will miss an extended period of time for the Pelicans with a right leg injury and will be reevaluated in 3 months. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated since 1993, they're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. After the break, we chat some F1. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Sentinel Storage is proud to partner with Toy Mountain in support of Big Brothers Big Sisters Boys and Girls Club. Between now and December 19th, drop off a new unwrapped toy at a Sentinel Storage near you and bring a smile to a child this holiday season.
Boxing Day rocks at River Cree. December 26th, live in the venue. Hysteria, tribute of Def Leppard. And Blackout, tribute to the Scorpions. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses. Because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Oilers game day. Minnesota Wild in town. They come in red hot, 8-0-2 in their last 10. They get Jesper Wallstedt, who hasn't lost in regulation this year. Keep it locked here on Edmonton Sports Talk as the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Mann will continue to tee up the game from tonight. They have a great show lined up as well. They'll go from 3 to 6, and then at 6, it's the Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola. He'll get you set for all the action down at Rogers Place. They'll be back later tonight with the postgame show, and hopefully it's a happy one, Joaquin. But we're going to switch gears, talk some F1, one final race. Lots of news this morning dropping as well in terms of drivers' seats for 2026, and talk all things F1. Daniel Valente from The Score joins us once again. Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time today. Let's get right to it. Can McLaren recover from last week? A bad call by their team there cost them the win, but can they recover here, and can Lando wrap this up in Abu Dhabi?
The one thing we've seen with McLaren now is that they kind of struggle to stop the bleeding, it seems, whether it's, the DSQ and disqualification in Vegas and then the bad strategy. And it almost feels like it's building up to be another, kind of last lap Abu Dhabi shenanigans where just something has to happen. Because if there's anything we've learned about the season it's that it's never as we expect. So, Lando, all he needs to do is finish on the podium and the title is his, but just nothing has been straightforward for him, for that team. So I think going into Abu Dhabi expecting it to be straightforward is maybe not the right strategy here.
Daniel, let's just say, it gets to a little bit more wheel-to-wheel racing. And in any kind of situation with Max and Lando, who do you look to have the advantage in this case? I mean, will Lando be a lot more tentative than Max? Because, it seems like you have to test Max for a heartbeat in this fight for the Drivers' Championship now. I think you have to give the edge to Max to just push it right to the limit if it does come to like a wheel-to-wheel battle.
It almost feels like, it seems like if there's any driver who certainly has Lando's number when it comes to wheel-to-wheel, it seems to be Max. And, that sometimes doesn't even mean that Max always comes out on top. It's just that they're almost like two awkward dance partners sometimes, but Lando never comes out of it the best. We think of like Austria last year, Mexico last year. Lando is the one in the situation who has everything to lose, and he's got a lot more at stake. Max has said that this is a championship he never expected to win or even be in contention this far. Now, what he says and what he feels can be two different things. I'm sure now that the gap is only 12, he certainly has something to lose too here. But For Lando, you're going into this potential wheel-to-wheel battle knowing that if you DNF or you have to retire, and let's say you even take Max out, he gets taken out with you. Piastri is right there and can still win the championship with only 16 points behind. So I think it's going to be Lando who has to kind of be cautious. And again, he does have that advantage of he just needs to finish on the podium, and he's world champion.
Daniel Valente from The Score joining us here, talking all things F1. You know what? On Sunday after the race, Daniel, on the good old X machine, you saw a lot like if McLaren ends up blowing, because this is crazy that Max is going into the last race with a chance to win. Would this be one of the biggest blunders, you think, in sports? What McLaren did? If, and a lot of things have to go Max's way this weekend, but if he finds a way, would this be one of the biggest blunders in sports?
It's funny. I was having this conversation actually with a couple of people in the office too, and we were both like, "This has to be, simultaneously the biggest comeback and biggest like blunder or just choke job in sports." Yeah. And it kind of feels like that 28-3 like Patriots Falcons Super Bowl, where just it almost felt inevitable. Like even when it was when it went from 94 points to 69 after Baku, and it just felt like, well, it's still a long shot, but Max will probably do this, right? Like it's almost that kind of like Brady effect where you have this 4-time world champion chasing you or multiple-time world champion chasing you, and you just kind of figure that it's going to happen somehow, some way, that they're not going to hang on and not going to make this easy. And, sure enough, even, with Vegas, how many people went to bed thinking that, oh, this one's wrapped up. Lando's got it, 42 points. And then how many people woke up in the morning and was like, oh, of course, this is what happened, because why wouldn't it go this way?
Daniel, the obviously one of the big things if it turns out that Lando's maybe's got position, the team orders come across, Oscar can kind of maybe help his teammate. One of the things they say about Max is he doesn't have anyone to help him. Do you think Yuki could actually get in there and possibly help Max, or is the season just too far gone?
So it's funny you mentioned that. When I was doing some research for this race, Yuki Tsunoda's best ever finish came at Abu Dhabi in 2021. Now that was with the shenanigans of everything that happened on the last lap and cars being bunched up behind the safety car and this and that. But if there's ever a time for Yuki to do it, it's now. Now I don't know if he's going to be especially motivated, knowing that he just lost his seat for 2026 today too. That feels like some kind of awkward timing. But, maybe there's some kind of Hail Mary strategy where they throw Yuki out there on the hards and they have him stay out and try to stay in McLaren's window. And we see kind of a repeat of 2021 where, Checo held up Lewis. But other than that, there's nothing in recent history that shows that Yuki will be up there to support Max.
Daniel, we got some news today for the 2026. All the seats filled. Isaac Hadjar will be joining Max at Red Bull. Liam Lawson and Arvin Lindblad racing for the Racing Bulls. Yuki Tsunoda will remain with the team as test and reserve driver for 2026. Let's go to that Red Bull seat. It's always a young guy. It rarely works out. Well, outside of Checo and Yuki, of course. But do you like this move for Hadjar to take the seat next to Max?
I love this move. I think, it's a very difficult seat, and we've seen that time and time again. But I think just the way the timing of this has worked out, it might be the best possible position for someone in that second seat to succeed. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to go in there and beat Max or even be anywhere close, but I think they can, hang above water. And the reason why I think that is just because next year will be a clean slate with new regulations. So it's a new car for everybody. Right off the bat. And, if we remember to 2022, when there was a new car, Checo kind of hung with Max for a bit there until the car started developing towards certain traits that Max can extract the most out of. And, Hadjar, definitely out of all these younger drivers that we've seen in the Red Bull seat, whether that's Yuki or Lawson, I think he probably has more raw talent than those guys. And, it's been incredible just to see how his rookie season has come together from his formation lap crash in Australia to He's getting praise from Helmut Marko, saying I see traits in him that I saw in Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher, and now he's got a chance to hang with Max. And I think the key is just going to be trying to keep your head on the swivel. I think too many guys go in there and they feel the pressure of having someone like Verstappen next to you. But again, with Red Bull also creating their own power unit next year and creating a whole car from scratch, this might not be a car that is fighting at the front of the field, and that might put Hadjar in a more elevated position to feel comfortable and just, be patient and let things come to him.
Danny, let's go to the probably one of the biggest disappointments of the season, and that's Ferrari. I was looking at a few different articles, and the philosophy of them developing the Ferrari car was more trying to bend the rules as much as possible, say, opposed to just pure engineering. Does there need to be a massive change in the way that they develop the car? Because as we've seen over this whole stretch with these regulations, that they've kind of taken a step forward, then 2 steps back. They were never able to really get the car to where they wanted to.
I know one thing for sure, and that's they got to change something, because this has been going on now for 18 years, 19 years, and it's not working. And I just think that they have a certain way of doing things, and they're very rigid and don't like breaking that way of doing things, whether that's because, they have so much history and so much success, they can kind of lean on that and say, well, it works. We've done it before, but there has to come a time where I think you have to grasp the modern Formula One, and especially now that everything is so connected, like logistically, that the teams that are in England and in the UK are at such a big advantage to get all the bright engineering minds, while having to relocate to Italy is like sometimes a disadvantage. And I think they need to just do a hard look in the mirror and assess who the leadership, who's running the team, who's making these decisions. But I don't know if that will happen anytime soon. I mean, judging based on the comments we heard after Brazil, where Lewis and Charles were told they need to basically just stay quiet and focus on driving the car. Yeah. I don't know if that's a reality. And, they kind of have that corporate feel where it's about putting forth the best public face rather than, taking your lumps. And so we'll see what happens in 2026. If there's one thing about Ferrari, it's they always start out new regulations looking very good, or they did the last time anyways. And, like we saw, they started out with the win in the first race of these regs, and now they're finishing with their worst placement in the constructor since 2020, which was when the 2020 car was bad. So that goes to show just how far they have fallen off. You
could say that Charles Leclerc should have won the Drivers' Championship that season. So, yeah.
Daniel, I mean, qualifying is going to be a must-watch this weekend. It's going to be outstanding to see where everybody lines up for the final race of the year. Thank you for taking the time, Daniel. Always good to have you on, chatting some F1. Enjoy the race this weekend. I'm sure we'll chat again.
Thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
All right, Daniel Valente from The Score joined us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. And, yeah, man, you should just go ham here. They screw it.
Let's do it.
Just knock Piastri out, knock Lando out.
Oh, you imagine. I mean, if he gets wheel to wheel with them.
He's got to go Sonny. What was the guy in the movie?
Sonny Hayes?
Sonny Hayes.
Yeah.
It's what he got to do, man.
You imagine.
Team player.
I mean, he had a great qualifying. If he can get that car and just maybe split the McLarens.
So all Lando needs is a podium.
Yeah.
Well, what Mercedes do? Because they've been right in there too, right? Kimi and George. It's going to be a fascinating weekend. Breaking news in the CFL. Dave Naylor reporting he's hearing that Geoff Hufnagel will be joining the Toronto Argos in a senior advisory role. Very interesting. He's been with the Stampeders forever. Interesting news there. A nice little drop on this Tuesday afternoon from Dave Naylor from TSN. All right, on the other side of the break, screw it, let's do a parlay this day and all that fun stuff still to come here on Edmonton Sports Talk EST afternoons. We're hot. We hit yesterday. We'll see what the boys have in store for tonight's game. A lot of games on tap, so we'll see where we go with that. Like always, slam that thumbs up. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Hit us up on the nasty chat. Screw it, let's do a parlay on the other side of the break.
It's a clash between the two number 97's. The Oilers play host to the Red Hot Wild, who have just one regulation loss in the month of November. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson tee up the game during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That goes live at 6 right here on EST. 9 other games around the NHL. Golden Knights and Blackhawks squaring off. Carter Hart in the pipes for Vegas. That's his first start since the 2023-24 season. Meanwhile, the Leafs and Panthers go toe-to-toe. Toronto's Brandon Carlo is now out long-term with a lower body injury and might require surgery after being reevaluated yesterday for an issue that's kept him out since November 13th. For the Steelers, they've claimed 35-year-old Adam Thielen off waivers from the Vikings, waiving Darius Slay in response. Baseball news, the Jays have officially signed Dylan Cease to a 7-year deal worth $210 million, and the Raptors, they're back in action taking on the Trailblazers at home. Both teams on a 2-game slide would tip off at 5:30. Total of 6 games tonight in the NBA. Elsewhere, ESPN's Shams Charania has reported that New Orleans Zion Williamson will miss some time with a right leg injury. He'll be reevaluated in 3 weeks. Time to Screw It, Let's Do It NHL Parlay next on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Gubish, and you're up to date.
And hit the Canadian skip the couch and hit the Canadian Brewhouse. Your home for every puck drop, every goal, and every cheer. With ice cold drinks, massive screens, and the best fans in town. This hockey season, our house is your arena.
Boxing Day rocks at River Cree. December 26th, live in the venue. Hysteria, tribute of Def Leppard. And Blackout, tribute to the Scorpions. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Final segment here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish with you. Afternoon Inbox presented by the good old River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where the prime rib special is just $18.99. Available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. So, boys, yesterday we had a Will Smith point. We had a Sidney Crosby goal. And we had a Tage Thompson point, and we hit. Yay! But let's tee up tonight's parlay. Hit it, Coob.
Screw it, let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
Kind of sounds like MGK.
Can we go back to back?
We can try.
We haven't gone back to back since the first time we did it.
We can go back to back like Drake.
Wow. Okay.
Going back to back.
Do you guys want me to go first since I never do?
Please.
Erickson Eck point.
Solid.
Is that cool?
No complaints.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Coob.
Okay. Well, it's going to be the Blackhawks against the Golden Knights. Frank Nazar is on a 2-game point streak. I think he's going to make it 3. So Frank Nazar point tonight, assisting on a goal going past Carter Hart.
Joaquin, the pressure's on, buddy.
Well,
Here, hold
it's the guy's hot. Kaprizov goal.
Ooh. Look at us taking 2 minutes. No one's. Do we have back-to-back shutouts from Stewie Skins?
Ooh. What are you guys, Oilers haters?
Wait, did he get a shutout last? Yeah, he got a shutout.
Yeah.
Well, then our parlay won't work. So, no.
Well, it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
I mean, the Oilers can still win 8-1, but as long as Kaprizov scores, assisted by Erickson Eck.
They'll win 2-1.
Duck Dad says gross. Doesn't mean we're picking them to win, guys. I still think the Oilers are winning tonight. But it seems these guys always get points against the Oilers.
They always do.
Just trying to make some money here, boys.
Who's
You guys hate the Oilers from Tango. No, we don't hate the Oilers.
We don't bet with our hearts. We bet with our heads.
We use our game sense.
Yeah, exactly. We
Equally
appreciate we appreciate the skill of other teams.
Yeah. That's it. We're not saying that Minnesota's winning. We just need a goal and an assist from one of Minnesota Wild players. That's it.
Can I change mine to a Wallstedt shutout? No.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Can you bet on a shutout? I don't even know. I think you can.
I never have.
No, I think you can bet on saves. Definitely saves.
Probably the safe option.
Maybe the kid's nervous. He's like, man, I could have been here. Something like that, right?
Well, 18 other teams.
18 other teams passed on him as well. Hey, birthdays today. Kelly Buckberger.
What?
59.
Holy smoke.
Former Oilers. Yuri Dopita. Remember Yuri Dopita when he came on over? Sergei Zoltok. Rest in peace.
Oh.
He played a bit for the Oilers. Did you know that on this day in 1988, The Naked Gun was released in theaters?
Have you watched the new one yet?
Not yet. Not yet. But I've seen the original, and that's a excellent one. Good old Canadian boy, Leslie. What's his
Nielsen?
name? Nielsen. Also on this day in 1988, Tequila Sunrise, starring Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Kurt Russell was released.
You ever
in
watch
theaters.
that?
I think I've seen it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's who's in it? Kurt Russell and who's the Mel Gibson?
Mel.
Yeah. Mel's the retired drug dealer, something like that. And then, you know what? I watched that movie, and then my buddy and I, we went out, and I ordered a Tequila Sunrise. It was gross. Orange juice and tequila sucks.
With a little, don't you put a little grenadine?
Yeah, grenadine in there.
Yeah.
I hated it. Ugh.
On this day in 1982, check this out. Michael Jackson's Thriller music video was released and broadcast for the first time.
That's amazing.
My daughter's, the last 4 songs of the show she was in, the hip hop show, it was all Michael Jackson music. It's pretty good.
Oh. Is that one of the best dances, group dances of all time?
I liked it because it's hard to do hip hop with Michael Jackson music. You have to have a certain amount of dance associated with it too. Like it was all hip hop last night.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot for me. I don't mind hip hop. Don't get me wrong, but they're a little bit more artistic flair is what I enjoy watching. So that was good.
That Thriller dance is awesome.
Yeah, and the music video is like 12 minutes long. Like, of course, it's the extended
It's a small
cut.
movie.
Yeah, it is. And it was like they had the credits at the end of it. I watched it right near Halloween time, and it's a great one. I did it in grade 5 live in front of, a gym class or whatever, and my parents and whoever else was in the audience. But I had to learn that dance and do it on stage. It was a great time.
Did you know who the voice of that's narrating? You know who his name is? Come on.
I've heard it so many times before.
Vincent Price.
Oh.
He was in AC Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, okay,
Who was Edward Scissorhands? I think he did a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies.
You, Gage, Coob, and I should do the dance. Learn it.
I don't have that much time.
Tango says, Hydro says, Frederick is due. Me and Reed were talking about this. We think Frederick's going to get appointed.
Do you think he's inspired the young man has inspired him to play differently now?
Well, before Smitty the Welder gets mad, we weren't. He was Chris Knobloch was asked about Trent Frederick.
Yeah,
he says they're still working to find out what's the perfect role for him. Not the perfect, but
what?
Yeah, and that he's struggling, but they're just going to keep playing him to work through it. So, yeah. That they haven't found that role for him. Like,
well, if he can't find his role with who he's playing with right now, with Lazar and Clattenburg, come on.
It's very simple. It's
We're not
like,
splitting the atom here.
It's like Knobloch to you're Frederick, I'm Knobloch. Hey, Trent, you see 64 on the ice?
Do what he does.
Do what he does.
Yeah.
And you just say, okay, coach.
Okay, coach.
Perfect. That's the conversation that should happen. That's it. Like you said, they're overthinking it. He's not here to score goal. You want him to chip in, sure, but he's in here for a different kind of role, so we'll see. Let's see here. What do we got? As people are not happy with their picks, Joaquin.
You know what, people? Relax.
Duck Dad says the Avs got to lay up against the Nucks, and these guys are fading the Oilers. Huh? What are we talking about?
Well, he's saying the Avalanche are just going to absolutely roll the Canucks tonight, and we're not betting on any of the Avalanche members scoring against Vancouver.
Well, if you bet McKinnon, McCarr, you're not making any money, man. We're here to make money.
Are we doing it with Kaprizov?
But it's a goal.
It's a goal.
I mean, we could go McKinnon goal, but no, it's Gage's pick. Hey, and
because it's the game I'm going to be watching. I'm not going to watch that Vancouver game.
And there's a reason they play the game. Watch the Canucks win. Anything could happen in the NHL hockey.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Buffalo made Winnipeg have a players-only meeting.
I wouldn't. Oh, yeah, Winnipeg had a players-only meeting.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I would have never picked the Sabres yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, Doc Dad. We're not just laying up picks here.
Well, I picked the Sabres yesterday. Tage Thompson.
And did you know that in 1989, the Smurfs TV cartoon series aired their final episode, Joaquin?
The Smurfs?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Smurfs?
I did a bit.
I watched the Smurfs. Gargamel. Azrael.
Can you name them all?
Who?
The Smurfs.
Papa Smurf? Smurfette?
Smurfette.
That's it.
Dopey Smurf? No, Handy. I remember Handy Smurf. Who was the smart Smurf? But he wasn't really that smart. He wore glasses.
I don't know any other.
The librarian?
No, he was like I called him Dorky Smurf because he was annoying. Yeah, come on, Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf said we did this.
Oh boy. What are we at for thumbs? Got a minute left here. Let's take.
Ooh, Matt Hyman says Jets have arguably more issues than the Oilers. Brainy Smurf. Thanks, guys.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh,
Matt.
still dorky.
They're on a they don't have their MVP.
Does a goalie make that big a difference?
He's the MVP.
Might.
Man.
Brainy
Smurf. Yeah.
A lot of people text.
Hefty Smurf. I liked Hefty.
Hefty.
Who else? There was just too
so
many.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of the movies that came out?
Yeah, I watched the first one. I think.
Yeah, the first one's
were
all
in
you
New
need to
York,
watch.
right?
Yeah,
New York.
It's good.
Yeah, the live action.
Yeah,
there's some good voice actors for that though too. Good
All right.
cast.
If you missed the screw, let's do a parlay for Play Alberta. It's Harrison Eck point, Frank Nazar point, and Kirill Kaprizov goal. Gage, Oilers win tonight?
I'll tell you after the game.
Hoop.
It'll be a close game.
So no one really wants to bet. I think they win.
Yeah.
And take that to the bank. Hey, big shout out to Sean McIndoe from The Athletic and the Puck Soup podcast for joining us. Daniel Valente to talk F1 from The Score. For Joaquin, Gage, and Zach Kubish, I'm Hernan Salas saying thank you. Keep it locked on Edmonton Sports Talk. Reed Wilkins show coming up with Jay Milne. Then at 6 o'clock, the old stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for watching, listening. We love you. Enjoy the game. Chowders.